Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back with Mr.Squarrel. We are playing some more Last Epoch. I just kind of not mid-ish. I'm level 36 as the paladin. We're somewhat mid-ish. I'm going to show my build real quick. At the time of making this, I'm considering kind of shifting to a lightning-ish build for Smite. So when we look at the skills here, so right now my Smite is level 12. I have been contemplating, so right now, again, I'm going to stick in this area as I get higher. I will move around up here. I'm really kind of figuring that the lightning kind of feels more end game, and it's like, don't try to pre-plan it too far in advance, because then, like, I'm going to lose damage. Like, the first thing I want to do is bump this up to 250, right? Like, the sacrifice ability, and then I want to get some, I don't really care about the critical strike, because I feel like I can balance that out doing other things. Versus like wasting points in its allocation process, right? Oh, hello, what's this? Missing in the Highlands. Oh, let's go here. Let's finish up this side quest. And so right now what I'm just trying to do is, you know, alright, there's this. Oh man, I think I'm way over leveled here. But that's okay. Yeah, I'm a little over leveled. Okay, yeah, we're kind of moving kind of quick. Okay. Rejuvenation, Silver Ring. Hello. What's this do? Increases mana regeneration, lightning resistance, physical damage. I don't do physical damage, so that does not help me. Shade Scepter of Sleet. It's going to probably be ice. Oh, Dexterity Shard. I don't really need that, but, you know, why not? So, kind of as I'm building through this right now, what I'm trying to kind of process... Oh, hello. Oh, you just got one shot. Alright, more one shots. Oh, fire damage shard. Yeah. So, one of the things is, like, for me, I read a lot. I try to, you know, when I play games, I like to read guides. I like to stay up to date with, like, relative information. I'm kind of going into this one blind right now. Oh, man, look at the hold on, let me, I forgot to add my points in. That's already there. Did it matter? I think I'm just going to do this. And then this is this, yeah, okay. YRB. Okay. Great. And we have the 4 thingies. Yep, I don't even fully know what they do, and that's okay. We're going to keep moving around a little bit. Oh, and that's right. Oh, hello. Nope, don't need to worry about it. The other thing, I see someone there, and you're gone. Ooh. Gonzo. Ooh. There is that thingy. Okay. Oh, well, hello to you too. Let's see. So, melee, don't care. Critical strike chance, cold damage, nope. Cold, nope. Okay, that's not it. Alright, so, more I'm thinking about it. Wait, what happened? Oh, missing in the Highlands. I guess I just... do it. Great. Alright, cool beans. That's... helps be a very early quest. Sorry for your loss. My condolences. Great. Okay. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, might as well just sell my stuff. Is there anything good here that I need? No. Okay. Is there anything here? Let me say mana. Nope, I don't need that. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Now, where am I going? There we go. Okay. Easy beat. It's squeezy. But right now what I need to do is re-get the healing hands, because I want to bump up the healing effectiveness, because that will impact its damage, right? Because right now my healing hands is I have it spec'd as a damaging ability that goes on top of Smite, because right now this is Smite to win, and it's just pretty much just Smite, press Smite, win, right? Like, that's what is happening right now. And so the reason I say, like, I watch, one of what I was kind of talking about earlier is, like, I'll read guides, and I'll be like, oh, you go this. But the problem with the guide is that we see, like, beginning levels and then the end, right? But the problem is sometimes I think, and this is, again, guide makers are wonderful. I'm not a full-on guide maker. But the problem with when I see these kind of things is we don't see what's happening in between A and B unless you, you know, it's sometimes hard to parse out. And I'm trying to make the way I'm playing right now, kind of like a small video series that, you know, do that. Oh, hello. Oh, well, bump up that damage. Look at that, wards up. Oh wow, were you a boss? Yes, you were. You were a little bit stronger than I was actually anticipating. Increased minion health. Nope, that does not help me. Increased physical damage does not help me. Increased cold. Nope, still doesn't help me. Great. Oh well. So now, as you can see, I can bump this to increasing. So the thing is I'm waiting to do the electrify build until a little bit later because a lot of those electrify points come in much later, right? And the thing is I don't want to like. The sacrifice, when I look at Smite and what is making Smite such a powerful ability, it's a simple fact that because I can bump its damage up 250% in the early game here, right? Okay, so then here, now notice, and I get that big boost, the healing regen. Now I think I'm going to go here, right? Because that gives me armor and more healing regen, right? So what I have been processing is I don't really fully need to invest more points in making the sacrifice go down because I have such high healing regen that, like, yeah, I'm costing myself life, but look how fast my healing is coming back, right? So there's no point in allocating more points into healing or to reducing the negatives of what you call it. Guys, my brain is blanking. So there's a boss. Let's go here. Okay, he's done. Ooh, what this relic? Sorry, I'm ADHD brain. So the thing is that, like, oh man, this is my ADHD brain. I literally just forgot what I was saying. Grimoire. Run drain per second for 4 seconds when you use a potion. Then less void, necrotic, and poison damage taken for 4 seconds on potion use. Add damage to melee attacks and spells for 4 seconds on potion use. Okay. I don't really want to give that up. Oh. So, increase fire to 58. 108 with fire skills. I like this, though. Because I'm doing fire damage, right? For lightning blast to chain 4 additional times. Sorry, guys. So, but what I'm trying to do in this series is kind of run through the build and how I'm kind of allocating my points and the rationale behind that allocation so we can think about moving forward if you're relatively new to this game, how and why you can build and think through kind of like, if you're kind of new to action RPGs and you're trying to process information and you're trying to think about, okay, like, what decisions do I want to make? Because again, my whole thing is I love giving agency to people. I like, when I'm teaching, my whole point is to give a person agency, make their own decisions for themselves. But, in order to do that, we need to be well informed, yada, yada, yada. Ooh. Anything good? No. Shiitake mushrooms. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, hello, you are something. It is taking a long time. Okay. Yep. See, I got my... Ooh. What this? Okay. Yes. Now, watch. Bump that up to 250. So the reason now this is at 60%, so this is technically 60% of 15. That's cutting it down about a little over half, so I'm only taking about 6% of my life. 7-ish% of my life, around 7% upon hit, but I have such high recovery that it doesn't really matter. Now, this is the next thing, right? And I'm going to go down this way. Now, the other thing, I just got some boots. Let's see, what does this do? Great. Increase health. Oh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go here. Here, because this is a 5. This is a 10%. I like this. So watch. We go here. Great. Perfect. Now, so that was just a nice little 10% damage boost. Well, so like if we think about it, I just got a 60% boost in damage right? So that's huge. That's a massive boost in my damage. Okay. Okay, now we trigger the wards. Okay, we're at the boss. Great. Okay. So as you can see, build's very survivable. I have a ton of survivability in this build. Like, I can literally, because it heals, even though I'm sacrificing a ton of life, even in the early game here, and you're probably like, well, you're just early game. Yeah, but I mean, these bosses still hit. You know what I mean? And so my mentality is like, you want to balance out your survivability with damage, right? And so the next thing I think, it's over. The next thing is the town. Let's just save and go to the town. Is that, like, I need to get the crit rate up a little bit. I don't really want to bump up. I don't want to put points into crit for spell the barrier. Great. Okay, we can keep moving. I don't want to put too many points into that, like increasing crit chance for Smite, just because then it feels like they're kind of wasted, and these points are very valuable. Also take forever to get. Ooh, hello. Oh, good javelin. I'll do it. Increase that frequency if they're doing Smite, right? That's a good. Is that a guy too? Yep, that's a guy. I mean, that's a person. Ooh, side quest. Hello, side quest. Alright, see what I can do. I see what I can do. Let's do some selling. Is there anything here that I can use? That's a... Nope. And nope. This is interesting, but it's all about if I'm using potions. God, I don't use potions. I don't like using potions. Oh, I didn't do that. I'll put you there. Armor, lightning resistance, mana, fire resistance. Let's do armor cold. I like armor health. Dodge 62, avoidance, stun. What this? Increase stun chance, void resistance. Armor. Ignite on hit, increased fire damage. Mana. Okay. Oh, what? Oh. Great. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Okay. So really quickly, I'm just doing so we watched the build a little bit right there. I got to run through a few things with you. What I wanted to show you guys is this. So moving forward now, I think I'm gonna put because since I'm not gonna put more points. So thinking here is that I'm not going to invest further into Atonement. I think that it's at a good point right now. I want to start getting more points in the Critical Strike, but I think I'm going to bump this up maybe 1 or 2 points. I'm also contemplating the Aftershock, but I don't have enough cast speed yet for this to really matter, right? So twice per second. I do want to also bump this up. So the thing is right now what I'm in is like direct damage increase, right? And so this fissure being that bump. So where I'm seeing a huge bump in damage without thinking about all this, right? Because this is just so impactful, right? Is that I bump the fissure damage up. I then also bump the critical strike damage and chance up. This is really good, but the only thing that I'm having an issue with is that this kind of overlaps the fissure. Now, if I get a lot more points, I don't know what's the max points that you can get into a specific tree. Right? But if I'm thinking about this, this is like fire, right? So healing hands is fire, smite is fire, and it almost feels like I'm like trying to force the conversion to electric when I can bump up the damage way higher. So I'm looking at this like, right, ignite killed by smite have a chance to explode, doing fire damage. So like explosion, it's just kind of like, okay, great. But like if I'm on a boss, that doesn't apply anything, right? But then if I'm here and I'm increasing that critical strike damage, that is a direct increase on all forms of damage. So I'm always prioritizing that all forms of damage. Like this, that's just a flat 250% bonus to damage. This, flat bonus to damage, no conditions attached, right? But now if you go here, for instance, lightning bolts crit by smite additional enemies. Like, so here's the thing. Does that hit the same enemy? Can I hit the same enemy when I'm doing that? If it doesn't, so that's where it's a smite also casts lightning bolt at 3 nearby enemies dealing light damage. Does that hit? What if there's only one person? Those 3 hit, and so I need to test that out later. But I don't have enough points to really invest heavily into this without losing this and fissure and this. So I'm like, not really. I am not willing to risk that. This like fissure multiplicative, so I can bump up further damage. Now, that's my rationale behind this. So I'm kind of avoiding all of this over here. With healing hands, I'm going to bump this Bane of Evil, so spell damage per 20% increased healing effectiveness. This makes it, then I can get these 2 right here, and then I'm going to go back down here again, right? But the moral of what I'm doing here, like this doesn't help me. I never directly cast healing hands, right? This might be helpful for Blessed, just for how much I cast it, right? I'm trying to look at these. If you healing outlook grants reward to allies based on your attunement, and would not affect any allied player that chosen like it cast centered on you instead. That's not. That would be bad. But I'm looking over here. So, do I have any points? No, I don't have any points, right? Wait, do I? I don't think I do. Whatever. Yeah, it's this one, because then I'm going to bump it up to additional couple points. The only thing is I'm looking at this, when you activate Symbols of Hope, gain ward equal to a portion, like that, I feel like that's pretty good to have a point in that, because I do have high health, but that's kind of the thinking behind what I was doing. That's it for this video, guys. This is just supposed to be another informative